What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, the balance patch notes are out. Oh man. Oh man. Let's talk about it. Let's see what Contos has to give us today in this balance patch. Let's talk about it. Let's see. Hi, it's Contos. Here's a walkthrough of the monster's balancing work we will be carrying out soon. We've been paying close attention to user opinions. Please note the actual balancing stuff may differ from details below. A balance patch will be included in the next update. Awesome. Skill balancing of some monsters will be modified. Alright, let's see what they did. Weapon Master Wind. Improvisation. Wait, that's the name of the skill? I didn't even know that. Basically, yes, we asked for a nerf for Dominic, and Comptos decided to remove the effect that your attack power increases as your HP decreases, which will greatly decrease his damage. It will greatly change the way he's able to clutch in a lot of situations, because like when Dominic is low HP, he's in those clutch situations, you know, he's got low HP, he can literally hit for 15k, you know, on any unit, you know. So this, in my opinion, it's not a nerf I thought of, but I think it's a good nerf that yeah, I just didn't expect, to be honest. I think it's a good nerf. It's definitely going to be it's going to make it's going to make Dominic closer to how Miles is in terms of damage. It's going to be very similar to Miles. Miles is a little bit easier to rune, of course, but it's going to be more similar to the damage Miles can dash out. Still, of course, Dominic does have additional attacks, you know, additional damage. It's still going to be more than Miles, but I think it's going to be good. Also, he does have the rotation, the attack bar gain that he gets. It's still going to be, you know, pretty strong. I think Dominic will still be pretty strong, but I like the nerf. I like the start. We'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see how it goes, how much it's going to impact the game. And yeah, if additional changes need to happen, maybe in the future, but for now, I like this nerf. Muji Water, also the second unit I was talking about in my last video about the balance patch. I said Masha, Oliver, Dominic, and Shizuka. Those are the 4 units that I wanted to see on this patch the most. And we actually got 2 of them. Shizuka got a 1-turn cooldown up. Not a nerf that I was necessarily expecting, but I think it's also a good nerf. Oh, it's always a good nerf. Giving 1 more turn cooldown, it's definitely good. You know, it's definitely gonna make her weaker, you know, than she is right now. I like it. I like it. I wish there was a different way of nerfing it, but for now, I think it's good. Now, this one is huge. This one is probably the one that people will talk about the most. This one probably impacts the game the most. Oracle All. We talked about this months ago on a different balance patch video that I was doing about oracles, and they did the exact nerf that we were talking about. So they're giving 10% attack bar for each crit instead of 15, which means you're getting 15% less if you crit all 3. Basically, great nerf. Nerf that was needed. Nerf that it had to happen, right? But then when I like look down a little bit below and I see Comptos actually decided to buff oracles as a compensation for removing the attack bar, it made no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Because if a unit needs a nerf, you nerf it. That's the point of a nerf. The point of a nerf is not to nerf it and then buff it at the same balance patch, which, as you guys will see, will cause even bigger problems. You see now Juno over here, which after all got buffed. When you combine these two, it's definitely a buff, you know? She got increased attack speed for 2 turns if you get a harmful effect. Now this will not have a cooldown, most likely. What? Like, what? So they remove attack bar and give her attack speed for 2 turns. She doesn't even need to move to get this. All you have to do is get debuffed, which will happen for sure. You know? So when you combine these two, Juno after all got buffed. I'm really just not sure what to say about this. I think it's a complete miss. I think the nerf is, that's it. After this nerf, you don't touch the oracles, you let them showcase themselves in the meta to see how it is. You don't instantly buff them for no reason. You know? Oracle Wind decreases attack bar of the target with the detonated bomb by 30%, so they're adding a buff to Sierra's 3rd skill. It only decreases attack bar on the detonated target. I think this one is the least important one. This is definitely a nerf on Sierra. I don't think this can compensate for this nerf here, but still, she didn't need a buff. 30% attack bar was completely fine. There was no need for this, even though it's not a huge nerf. I mean buff. She didn't need it. It's just that simple. It was not needed. Oracle Water. Now this one is the same as Juno. A buff. Praha got buffed. Increase attack speed of all allies for 2 turns. Attack speed is huge. 2 turns, AoE, huge. It's a great trade for 15% attack bar. I'm pretty sure this is just, again, a buff to Water Oracle, just like it is for the Wind one. Now, just like it is for the Fire one. Now, they didn't touch the Dark one and the Light one, because that would be pretty bullshit if they did. You know, if they like buffed something on those two as well, yeah, that would be pretty crazy, you know. This is already crazy enough, I feel like. But yeah. Definitely Gianna and Lima need a nerf, just like the rest. They didn't need these buffs. None of them, so it's just big mistake from Comtuos. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think this is just very stupid to do something like this. Yeah, moving on. Dragons are coming back. Okay, Water Dragon absolute 0. Glancing hits won't occur if the enemy's defense is half or less than your defense. Insane. As you will see later, they also got buffed when it comes to base speed. They got more base speed now. There's going to be way more usable. I will personally for sure use dragons very soon, okay? But yeah, this is awesome. 100% pushback and freeze, no glancing. Just build it high defense. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be just absolutely amazing. Dragonfire, increase skill cooldown by 1 turn more than the max cooldown. If the enemy's tap powers have less. It's very similar to the Water Dragon when it comes to the condition. But yeah, 1 more cooldown like above the already max cooldown. It's going to be very fun to use, I feel like. I'm definitely, these two I'm definitely going to try using. Dragon Dark, Decimate. The attack always lands as a critical hit on light monsters. Pretty cool. Also more damage. Pretty cool. Like it. Onimusha Light. Now they're nerfing Kinky, and critical hit will occur when you get attacked by the skills that always has a critical hit. So yeah, as they said here, Water Wind, Dark, Polar Queen, Storm of Midnight, and then you have like other units that just cannot miss a crit. They will be able to crit on Kinky. That's not a RTA change. Kinky is already not that great in RTA. It's just not a huge thing when it comes to RTA. It's not going to be that important. It's more of a siege nerf, because Kinky has been causing more problems in siege than in RTA, of course. So yeah, more of a siege nerf for Kinky. I think it was needed. Kinky was way too important when it comes to siege. I think it's a good nerf. Deserved, probably. Valkyria Water, First Aid, reduces damage of non-critical hit attacks by 20%. So now she reduces on crits and non-crits. It's going to be a great tank unit. This Camila, as always, was a great tank unit. Now she's just better. Valkyria Fire, now this one is pretty exciting. Decrease cooldown from 8. Oops. Decrease cooldown from 8 to 4 turns. Okay, I didn't even know this was 8 turns. That's a lot. Effect added, the max cooldown warrior's return is increased by 2 turns when you revive an ally with this skill. So it goes up to 2. So you can get to like 8 cooldown max, right? Yeah. After 8, it doesn't go up. That's what I'm reading here. Maybe some Vanessa come back a little bit, maybe? I don't know. Probably not, but we'll see. So Valkyria Wind, this one, it confused me a little bit. Randomly attacks enemies 2 times, 2 to 3 times, so I guess she gets 4 hits now. Instead of, I mean, not exactly 4, but it's 3 to 4 basically, right? The first one is guaranteed, and then random 2 to 3 hits, right? So it can go up to 4 hits, right? Pretty sure that's how it is. Valkyria Dark, Ragnarok, increased damage by 15%. Good. I like this. It's not 8%, which I'm very happy about. Instead of 8, it's 15. Should be you know, should be something you can see. I want to see it, you know, in play to see the increase. Now this one is very, very good. Bison Dark, duration of harmful effect you grant with skills will be increased by 1 turn each. So basically he's a Nyx in 1, right? He's a Nyx. He just gets a Nyx passive on himself, right? That's what happens with Bison. It's going to be very annoying for sure, because a lot of people complained that Gurkha is not good unless you have a Nyx. So Komtos just decided to, you know, make him a Nyx. Panda Warrior Dark, decrease the incoming damage by 35, now it's 50. Okay, little buff on him. Totemist Water, now cleanses on the Strong Bull Soul. I'm not sure which skill is that. Totemist Dark now provokes with 50% chance. Which skill is this? That's the 3rd skill, right? Yeah, pretty sure that's the 3rd skill, because 2nd skill already provoked. So okay, or 4th skill. Yeah, that's the 4th skill, the one that stacks. Shadowcaster Wind Light. Now the Shadowcasters got changed. Decrease cooldown from 5 turns to 4 turns. That's the 2nd skill. The Shadow Tie is now attacks the enemy to inflict damage, ties the target shadow, and grants an effect that gives 30% of the first hit damage to all enemies if you deal a single target skill damage. The effect can tie 1 target at a time and gets untied if either the tied or you, if the tied enemy or you get defeated. It does not apply on boss battles. So a little buff on the Shadowcasters. The Wind one as well gets a really big change in third skill. Now he's a stripper, okay? That puts one of the random 2 effects, so decrease, no, one of the 3 effects, right? Defense break, decrease attack speed, and glancing for 2 turns. Also, does the attack bar thing change? The main problem about this guy was that it doesn't go through immunity, and it just made him completely weird, useless, you know. Now he strips, and it's gonna be a fun unit, okay? If you guys have a Wind Shadowcaster, this will be very fun, okay, to use 100%. I think as a Swift unit, probably, it's just going to be super fun. Shadowcaster Light gets more buffs. The passive ignores defense when attacking target tied by the shadow, decreases damage taken from the tied target. Removes 1 beneficial effect when attacking an enemy. So they added more stuff, you know? They added more stuff to Shun. Congrats to Glory. He's going to be able to try him out, you know, again, now as a buffed unit. They buffed the Chun-Li's as well. They added some attack bar, decrease a little bit more, you know. The Wind one also gets the passive buff, increased attack power value, that increases in proportion to attack speed. So it's the same, just gets more attack power in proportion to attack speed. They all got this pushback thing. This is the same thing. Horus Fire also gets a buff. Makes the attack bar to 0 with a 70% chance and stuns the target for 1 turn. So now it grants Oblivion and prevents the target from removing harmful effects for 2 turns. That is very interesting. So now we get another Oblivion unit. Also the damage is proportionate only to defense now. Yo Ziggy, thank you for the 22 months. Gargoyle Water gets a buff. If your turn ends with less than 70% HP now, you will get turned into statue. Cool. A little bit more recovery on the gargoyles, nothing too important. Fire Dice Magician. Rolls 1 dice, start turn, rolls 1 dice, start battle, and then at the start of each turn. So he rolls it, oh yeah, he rolls it at the start, because before he didn't roll it at the start of the match. So you will be able to like start the match, rolls it, rolls like a low or high number. It's gonna determine if you deal more damage from the start of the game, or you take less damage from the start of the game. So that's pretty cool. Dice Magician Wind rolls 2 dice every turn to recover your HP and revives that allies. The higher sum of the dice, the more HP recover. So now he heals as well, right? Yeah. So now he heals as well. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Wait, but to recover your HP. Huh, I wonder how this will look. I wonder how much he's going to heal. But it only recovers his HP. That's interesting. We'll see. So also Dice Magician Water and Dark got the dice trick. Randomly grants harmful effect, increases chance of landing glancing, and now it's remove 1 beneficial effect from the enemy. That's it for like the buffs for the skills. Now we get some awakening changes. Now this one is pretty big. Okay. For the dragons, this is what I was talking about earlier. The Dragon Light gets from resistance to crit rate. It's gonna make him way easier to build. Panda from crit rate to accuracy. Panda's been crit rate awakening for a long ass time. Thankfully now it's accuracy. They changed some stats of the monsters. Dragons, of course. Water, fire, light, dark. So basically they're all going to have 98 base speed now, which will make them way more usable than they were, okay? Because with the 93 base speed, I mean, even now the base speed is not great, but 5 speed is a huge step up, you know? Makes them way more viable. So definitely you're gonna see some dragons. Leader skills have been changed. Fire Mage got attack lead instead of crit lead. I like this a lot. I use the Fire Mage all the time in Guild War. Crit rate lead is kind of wasted for her. The attack lead is much better. The Wind Mage now gets attack lead changed to HP lead. We've already seen the Wind Mage a lot in siege defense, and now with a 44 HP lead, I feel like we're gonna see a lot more of her. She's actually kind of annoying to fight. The HP lead will definitely make her more meta. And there was some bug fixes, and that's pretty much it. My final thoughts on the balance patch? Well, first of all, I'm disappointed none of my units got buffed, okay? If none of your LDs got buffed, if none of your units that you like to use got buffed, you're obviously going to be a little bit sad. You know, I've been waiting for that Celia buff for ages. It's not happening yet. I'm not losing hope, but it just hurts to never see that Celia buff, you know. And also, I'm kind of sad that Masha and Oliver didn't get touched. I hope to see them get changed because they do dictate the matches a lot. I don't like when one unit can just dictate so much from the start of the draft phase. I just don't like it. I think they should have gotten, you know, I think they should have gotten some kind of changes, you know, because like this whole season until the end of it will be still all about first pick Oliver and first pick Masha. Those will be the first picks until the next balance patch, 100%. That's it, you know. So the meta, will it change? No, the meta will not change at all. There is some nice buffs to the dragons, you know, stuff like that. But those are more fun types of buffs, you know, than they're actually like meta changing in a way. So the meta will stay the same. I'm very disappointed for the Oracle buffs. I do not understand. I was very happy to see this, but some of these are just stupid, especially the Juno one. Juno's already meta. I mean, Juno's everywhere, and now Juno will be even more annoying to deal with. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the balance patch. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know, what are your thoughts? What do you think? What other stuff did you guys want to see on it? And yeah, let me know, how do you like it? That's it. Thank you so much for watching today. Stay safe, take care. I'll see you in the next video. Like, sub, comment. See you. Peace.